Today I'm going to teach you to weld and make a gift within a few hours. In this video I'm going to show you how easy it is to use the arc welder, and the reason why I'm using the arc welder, it is so cheap to pick up second hand. And normally you get a mask and a few rods thrown in and you're ready to go. But first I need to go through the basics of the arc welder. Okay, this is your basic arc welder, and they don't come no more basic than this. It's just a massive transformer in here, and this one weighs an absolute ton. All you have on these is your on and off switch. This is for your earth. There's a little clamp sign there, make sure that's tight. So this is your earth or your ground, and this should be put to the bench. The next one down here is your electrode holder, which is this here, and this is what you use to clamp your electrodes or welding rods in, like so. To control the amps, you've got this little dial here, and which has got an increment set in there, and it tells you roughly what size rods to use. So wind it there, 2.5. You just can't get no simpler than that. I'll put the welder on the floor, and now I'm just going to go through 3 types of welding masks. This is the handheld one. You normally get given this one when you buy a new welder. A lot of people will tell you no, they're no good, but I couldn't have welded up my exhaust pipe today laying underneath the van. There weren't enough room for the helmet mask. These 3 cheap ones are normally just got a dark lens in. You can't see what you're doing until you strike the arc, and that lights up where you want to weld. The only problem is with these, it ties one of your hands up, so you can't steady your welding rod. The other one is the helmet, like this. This is a dark glass one as well, but it's got a clear perspex there, so you can put your helmet on, like so, drop it down. You can see where you want to weld. So just before you strike the arc, you flick it down and weld. This one here, these are the new ones. I call them the new ones because when I was taught to weld, they just didn't exist. These are auto darkening. Now these are really good. Everything's a pale green until you strike the arc. They darken, and then you can just see where you're welding. So these are the 3 masks that you'll probably get one of these masks. If you're lucky, you'll get this one, but these are fine. I'm going to use this one today just to show you that they are really as good. We've sorted out our mask. You need some welding gloves, good leather gloves, scrap metal, chipping hammer, but not necessarily, you can always use a bit of steel, and a wire brush, and this will help clean your weld up so you can have a good look at it afterwards. We've got our 2.5 welding rods, and we've already set the welder at 2.5, so we're almost ready to go. Before we start, we really ought to have a talk about health and safety. Some of you may or may not know about arc eye. It's a burn to the back of the eye caused by ultraviolet radiation given off by electric welders. You should always keep your face covered and never ever let anybody watch you weld. To be safe, you really ought to read up on the subject before you start work. We're now ready to strike our first arc. When you turn the welder on, always hold the electrode holder in your hand. If it's on the bench and the bench is earthed, it can arc up. Right, so what we need to do now is strike the plate at about a 20-degree angle and then just drag it along. So we'll have a go at this now. Like that. As you can see, I've done a few more tacks on the plate, and you can see the slag covering the tacks. The slag comes from the flux on the rod. As you arc, the flux forms a gas around the weld and stops the steel from oxidising. The slag also helps protect the weld as it's cooling. All you need to do is just give it a gentle tap and it shall pop off. And there you are, a nice little tack. and this is all you need to make your gift. These are the gifts I'm on about making. They are so simple to make. When I first made these, I superimposed them onto a landscape and I got some fantastic commissions through them. They're just box section or tube. So literally, if you're just going to do the tube one, wrap a piece of cardboard around what size tube you want, like so. Run a marker pen round. And then just nip it off with the old disc grinder, straight across there, no problem. Cut them into sections. The base is just a bit of square plate. I've just cut that with the grinder and then put a slightly beveled edge on it like that. So we've already got some here. So you say tack that one like that one like that, this one like that, and that's it. I'm now going to show you how simple it is to weld up your gift. Just a few tacks each side, put the next one on, a few tacks on that, okay? Few tacks there, solid. Next piece. Right, I'm going to put the tacks now on this edge here. And that's all it is. A couple of tacks, holds, you won't break that. Solid. Next one. 2 more tacks. And that's all you got to do. And now it's all tacked together. Just want the slag chipping off. Rub over with a wire brush. Coat of paint, and you got a nice little gift to give somebody. I'm just going to show you now some of the ones that I've done and superimposed onto a landscape. If you like this video and would like to see more technical welding techniques, please like and subscribe and I shall follow it up with a new video.